When done right, carne asada tacos are some of the easiest and best authentic Mexican tacos you could make. But when they're bad, they're usually dry, they're rubbery, or they're bland. A true disappointment. But the former is not hard to achieve. And it starts with a simple Mexican marinade that we prepared yesterday. Now, as far as marinades go in Mexico, there is one ingredient called sour orange. And it is the kind of cornerstone to many marinades traditionally used in Mexico. In America, we don't have that ingredient. So a way to replicate it is with limes and orange juice. My store's got some amazing fresh squeezed orange juice that they make every day. If you couldn't get fresh squeezed orange juice, I'd get an orange and squeeze it fresh. And so we're gonna throw this together in a blender. Gonna add about a quarter cup of the orange juice. I love pulp. You guys like pulp? Let me know down below. We're gonna take our lime, squeeze that in. It's hard to tell how many limes you should use because some are juicy and some are dry. I'm really looking for more of a flavor. I want the lime to be like a little bit more pronounced. You know, just to make sure, I'm just gonna go probably a half cup total, just to make sure I have enough. Go ahead and add that second lime. So I'm looking for like a lime flavor that's sort of balanced and sweetened a bit by the orange. So we're gonna take a couple garlic cloves and just kind of smash them to hell. Get all that paper out of there and straight into the blender. Now another secret ingredient, something I always use in my Mexican cooking, is a little bit of caldo de pollo, chicken cube, Maggi cube, bouillon cube, whatever. Take a whole one, just break it up in there. There's some black pepper in there. I actually like a little coriander in there, but you don't have to. Some places might use some spices, some may not. This sort of base though, kind of gets you to a traditional place. And then finally, I'm gonna add some cilantro. If you don't like it, you don't have to add it. And then maybe about a quarter cup of olive oil. We're just gonna blend it. Yum. Might need a touch more acidity out of that olive oil, so you might need to taste it and rebalance. Now, my steak of choice for carne asada is skirt steak. It's kind of thin, nice and long. We can cut them into like little pieces. And we got these fibers, these really pronounced fibers in the meat. It's gonna allow marinade to really penetrate, and it's gonna allow for quick cooking. They come in these long, sort of unbearable pieces. I'm just going to cut them into little segments, just so they're more manageable to deal with on the grill, and they're easier to slice against the grain at the end. So see, like right there where it's splitting, I'll just give that a cut. Probably get 3 pieces out of each. And then we're just gonna season each one well. We got a Ziploc bag, great for grilling, right? Transfer your meats into the Ziploc bag, take the marinade, pour it in. Make sure everything gets coated initially. My hope is that salt sort of pulls moisture out of the beef and then gets reabsorbed with all that marinade. You know, osmosis. I'm gonna zip it up like 80% of the way and then just start rolling it. Try and get all that air out, seal it up. And since we're gonna be transporting to our second studio, Studio B, the old studio, the original, we're just gonna double bag it. This goes into the fridge until tomorrow. Now, while we wait for that to chill, in case you don't know, I'm back cooking on Patreon with my new cooking school, Not Another Cooking School. We do 2 new lessons every month, followed by a live stream where your teacher, myself, reviews all your homework, and we try and fix any issues and get you guys to be better cooks quicker. Also gives you direct access to me to answer any culinary questions whenever you might have them. So if you want to support my work, currently, this is the new best way to do it. Link's gonna be down in the description. So we're back out on the grill, and of course, carne asada is flame grilled meat. And here we've got my old slow and sear Kamado grill. For this recipe, I'm gonna teach it to work with either a Kamado grill like this that has the cooking surface near the top of the grill, not all the way at the bottom, or just your basic Weber kettle. We're looking to create a 2-zone cooking situation. I've got this sear box right here. It's going to sort of cradle all of that coal and shoot it up to get a really nice sear. And then an area where there's no coals. You very rarely want to fill up the bottom of any grill with coals. You kind of want to have a space to work that's hot and a space to work that's cool. So first up, we're going to need a fire starter and then a chimney. I'm using some fogo de chao. It's not fogo de chao, it's just fogo. And I want to fill up the charcoal with coals, and then I'm going to fill up the basket with coals. Gonna light that starter. And I've got this little air gun here. It's supposed to replace like one of those pressurized cans of air to clean your desk. I'm gonna use this to sort of speed up and turbocharge the heating of the coals. Once we got the coals white hot, we're gonna add them to the searing side. And then you just kind of want to distribute those coals all over the fresh coals. I'm gonna throw a little fat catcher below, and we can just let this get hot. Again, you can give it some air, get those fresh coals working. Another thing you wanna make sure is that this damper, this flue here, is totally open to allow all that airflow to work in to get those coals nice and hot. And here I've got the Scrub Daddy scrubber for the grill. Uses steam to clean the grill rather than those bristles that get stuck in your throat and kill you. Get yourself one of those, let it soak in some water so we can clean the grill. See how nice it does that? And this grate slides like this nice, so if it's getting too hot, you can always just roll it over to the side. Real nice and easy. Next up, we got tomatoes. This is gonna be the base of our salsa. I'm gonna cut the tops off, cut them into quarters. And we've got an onion, I'm gonna quarter it. Got some garlic cloves, I'm gonna keep them in their paper. A little chili diarbol. And a Fresno chili, because I love the flavor. I'm gonna go on and start charring the tomatoes. Then our onions, pepper, the garlic, and the chili. Put them all with some salt. That's what's nice about grilling is we're kind of looking for some char here. We got our skins protecting the garlic. We're gonna keep an eye on them. The smaller guys are gonna go fast. Get that chili off. You get a little char in the skin of the tomato. We can give them a turn. We're just turning, trying to get a nice even char all around. These garlics, I can just kind of move over to the side. You're just kind of playing a game, shifting things around to cold spots. Grilling, it's kind of got, you know, hot spots everywhere. The coals are not evenly distributed, so you kind of have to work with it. Anything that's ready, I'm just gonna pull it off. And then we can kind of pull those skins off. Those onions are done, pepper's done, garlic is done. Tomatoes that are done, I'm just gonna pull over to the cool side, clean up my grill. Steam is hot. Ooh. Just gonna unwrap our garlic. We're going to chop up our onion. We're gonna get that into our mortar and pestle. I'm gonna give the garlic a rough chop just to help it go in. And the chilies and the Fresno chili, same thing. To that, I'm gonna add some salt. And then one of the bouillon cubes, the chicken cubes that we put into marinade. You just wanna kind of mash it up, grind it against that stone wall and develop a bit of a paste. Next up, we're gonna take some of our tomatoes, just process them up a little bit. Outdoor cooking, it's just vibing, you know what I mean? You're feeling it out. Just keep working it until a nice little salsa emerges. A few additions. A little lime juice, a little bit of olive oil, a little bit of salt. Beautiful salsa, ready to go. Now you see how all those coals are white hot? It's like literally too hot for me to even put my hand there. That's perfect for cooking the steak. Would have been too hot for the vegetables. So we've got our marinated steak, we're ready to throw it on. I wanna use the cold side of the grate. I don't want grill marks, I want heat seared meat. And we're just gonna start laying them out. And I'll probably do them in 2 batches. What I'm looking for is really nice color development on that first side rather quickly. I'm trying to work the hot spots. These been cooking for about 2 minutes. Look at that beautiful color. That's exactly what you're looking for. That is perfect. No grill marks, but the entire surface of the meat is charred and browned. That's what I'm looking for when I grill, especially a thin steak like this. That flame right there, that's how you know your grill's firing on all cylinders. Still not done yet. Once I get a nice color, once I see that they're almost cooked through, I'm just gonna kind of put them back here, kind of just sit warm and cook through. Now onto another batch. Now, if you can't get color on your steaks like this, indication you don't have enough coals, they're not properly heated, could be many things, but making sure those coals get white hot, making sure you have enough of them, it's gonna be key to getting this effect. Now these thin guys, those should be cooked. I can get those over here. Just wanna make sure the thicker ones, make sure they cook through. And now that was about the perfect moment to cook these steaks because as you can see, the coals are starting to simmer down. There's not as much as there were. And really all I'm looking to do is char the outside. If it's not fully cooked, it's okay. I'm gonna set them off here. They can finish cooking in the indirect side of the grill. You see how we cut them in these little pieces? The grains are going this way, right? I cut them this way so my knife would fit the length of that piece. And we're going to just cut them into thin slices, turn it, cut them into little dice. This is really the secret to me, is how thin you cut this. Into thin slices, turn them into little dices. Fits easy in the taco, it bites well, it doesn't pull any out. Look at that pile of carne asada. Just gonna prep a little bit of an avocado for some garnish. I'm gonna cut a little wedge out, pull off the skin. I'm just gonna cut really thin slices, and then you just sort of fan it open, just like that. Forgot one little thing, some diced white onion. And just kind of like we did the meat, cut them into a little dice, super fine. So I'm gonna throw 2 tortillas on, then to one of them I'm gonna add a little Monterey Jack. Not authentic, but it's just a really amazing flavor in the taco. First up, we go on with our meat, our nice little mound. A little bit of onion. I'm just gonna pick some cilantro leaves. Then we're gonna take our cheesy tortilla, same thing. Little onion, little cilantro, a little salsa, little lime. I know it's not traditional with the cheese, but it's really excellent. No pull through, everything's balanced. The salsa, the onions, the cilantro, the meat, that marinade is delicious. These really are the easiest, best, authentic tasting Mexican tacos you're gonna make. If you wanna make them, link's gonna be down in the description. Otherwise, that's all that I have today. I'll see you next time. We'll be back outside at the grill. Until then, take care of yourself and go feed yourself.